Rowan grew up in a picturesque yet bustling town in India, where the mornings were filled with the aroma of fresh chai and the chatter of street vendors. From a young age, he had harbored a dream to study abroad in the United States. For him, America represented innovation, opportunity, and a chance to explore his potential. His parents, both school teachers, supported his ambitions wholeheartedly, often encouraging him to push his limits. Education is the one thing no one can take away from you, his father would remind him. Rowan took these words to heart, excelling in academics and earning a scholarship to a prestigious American university. However, one thing loomed over his excitement like a shadow: his English skills. Despite years of formal education in English, Rowan struggled to speak confidently. While he could write essays and answer exam questions with precision, conversations were an entirely different story. Words often eluded him, and his sentences were punctuated with long pauses as he mentally translated from Hindi to English. As his departure date approached, the excitement of achieving his dream was tinged with a growing fear of inadequacy. The moment Rowan stepped foot in the U.S., he was struck by the sheer diversity of the people around him. The streets buzzed with activity, and conversations flowed effortlessly between students from every corner of the globe. It was beautiful but intimidating. During his first week on campus, Rowan faced a series of linguistic challenges. 1. Rapid conversations. Whether it was classmates chatting during lunch or professors explaining assignments, the pace of speech often left him bewildered. 2. Cultural references phrases like "hit the ground running" or "call it a day" made little sense to him. 3. Accents. Understanding various American accents was harder than he had anticipated. One particularly disheartening moment occurred in the cafeteria. A group of students invited Rowan to join them, but as the conversation flowed, he found himself nodding silently, unable to contribute. When one of them asked about his opinion on a topic, he froze, unable to articulate his thoughts. That night, he replayed the scene in his mind, berating himself for his silence. During orientation week, Rowan was introduced to Emily, a bubbly senior who had volunteered as a language exchange partner for international students. Emily had studied abroad in Japan and understood the struggles of navigating a new language. On their first meeting, Rowan hesitantly explained his challenges. Emily listened attentively before offering advice that would change the course of his journey. "Rowan, you're trying to think in Hindi and then translate everything into English. That's slowing you down. To truly master English, you need to think asterisk in English asterisk. Start small, and it'll come naturally with practice." Her words struck a chord. Thinking in English. He had never considered that before. "How do I even start?" he asked, eager but skeptical. "Begin with simple things," Emily replied. "When you wake up, describe your morning routine in English. Observe the world around you and narrate it in your mind. It won't be perfect, but it's a step forward." Determined to improve, Rowan embraced Emily's advice. He devised a plan to immerse himself in English completely. 1. Daily narrations. Each morning, Rowan described his surroundings in English. "The sun is rising. The air feels cool. I am brushing my teeth. These simple sentences became his starting point. 2. Media immersion. He began watching English sitcoms and movies with subtitles, pausing to note down unfamiliar words. Podcasts became his companion during walks to class. 3. Journaling. Every night, Rowan wrote about his day in a diary. At first, his sentences were riddled with errors, but over time, they improved. 4. Speaking practice. Emily introduced him to her friends, encouraging casual conversations. She even set up mock interviews to help him practice public speaking. 5. Vocabulary building. Armed with a set of flashcards, Rowan learned 10 new words each day, ensuring he used them in sentences. Rohan's journey was far from easy. 1. Mental exhaustion. Thinking in English all day felt like lifting mental weights. By evening, his mind was fatigued. 2. Grammar frustrations. Mixing up tenses and prepositions became a source of embarrassment. Once he told a professor, "I'm understanding now," only to be gently corrected. 3. Fear of mistakes. In conversations, he often held back, worried about sounding foolish. Despite these challenges, Rowan reminded himself why he had started. He visualized himself confidently delivering a presentation in English, and that image fueled his determination. After weeks of consistent effort, Rowan began noticing small but significant changes. 1. Effortless thoughts. During a walk to class, he caught himself narrating his thoughts in English without consciously trying. 2. Improved vocabulary. Words that once felt foreign now rolled off his tongue with ease. 3. Cultural understanding. Watching English shows not only improved his language skills, but also taught him about American humor and idioms. One day, during a group discussion in class, Rowan surprised even himself. The professor asked for opinions on a case study, and Rowan, without overthinking, shared his thoughts. The words flowed naturally, and for the first time, he felt like an equal participant. Emily often reminded Rowan of the importance of self-compassion. "You're learning, not performing," she'd say. To combat his inner critic, Rowan started practicing positive affirmations. Every day, "I'm improving. It's okay to make mistakes. They're part of the process. I'm proud of my progress." These simple phrases transformed his mindset, allowing him to approach challenges with optimism. By the end of his first semester, Rowan had achieved what once seemed impossible. 1. Fluency in conversations. Speaking English became second nature. 2. Academic success. His essays and presentations earned high praise from professors. 3. Confidence boost. Rowan no longer feared speaking up in social settings. The highlight of his journey came during an intercultural festival on campus. Rowan volunteered to give a speech about his experience as an international student. Standing on stage, he spoke with eloquence and authenticity, sharing his journey from hesitation to fluency. The applause he received was deafening. Reflecting on his journey, Rowan identified the key takeaways. 1. Consistency is key. Daily practice, no matter how small, leads to lasting progress. 2. Mistakes are teachers. Each error provided an opportunity to learn and grow. 3. Immersion works. Surrounding himself with English accelerated his fluency. 4. Believe in yourself. Confidence was as important as language skills. Years later, Rowan became a mentor for international students, sharing his story to inspire others. His journey from self-doubt to self-confidence served as a testament to the power of persistence. At graduation, Rowan delivered the commencement speech in flawless English, reminding his peers, fluency is not just about speaking. It's about thinking, feeling, and living in a language. The journey is challenging, but every step is worth it. Remember, the greatest barriers are the ones we place on ourselves. Believe, practice, and persevere. Rohan's story continues to inspire countless students embarking on their own journeys to fluency.